I was an investigator. So my job, really, for 10 years after finishing college was not to believe people. Didn't believe anybody, didn't trust anybody, I didn't want anybody near me because I didn't believe them. I saw the bad, the bad all day. So I got a promotion. And with the promotion, you go from hourly to salary, and everybody knows what that means, right? You work, instead of 60 hours a week, you're 70 to 90 probably, and that's what happened to me. So me and Brady had some time that went by that we weren't, incredibly close. Love her, she's my cousin, but you know how it happens, life happens. I was working all the time, didn't get to see her. Well, I kept looking at her Facebook, and here she's traveling all over the planet, and I'm like, what is going on? I'm like, I am miserable. I love my job. I love helping people. That's what I've always loved to do. I've pretty much always done social services. And I had to find out where she lived, so I found out where she lived. Kept stalking her house. She was never home. I finally got a hold of her, and I said, I don't know what you're doing, but I have $600 in my checking account. I hope to God it's not more than that. Please just put me whatever you're doing. I want to do it. And she's like, what? You need to see the plan first. I'm like, no, I don't. It's really literally, if you can do this, I know I can do this. And then about my 19th week, I lost my whole right side. I didn't understand. I said, oh my gosh. So this whole time I'm going to these meetings and I'm listening, and I thought I knew the better way, and I still at the same time didn't trust people. I was picking their stories apart right in front of them because that's what I was trained to do for years. So lost my whole right side, and this whole time Brady's giving me these books, and I get in the car and I'm like, oh, she's so sweet, bless her heart, and I throw it on the thing because I'm like, I don't know. But thank you, Brady, that's so nice of you. So I'm so tired of being tired. I really want to help people, but I want to volunteer to help people. I don't want to do this on somebody else's schedule. I was so tired. I would go to both of my kids here today. Oh, it makes me cry. I'm sorry. Oh, sorry. I would go to their sporting events, and I would have my computer on my lap, and I was working the whole time. And it just breaks my heart today. But don't look. So I said, I have to do something about this. So I'm looking at these books over in the corner, and I'm like, damn, I know she's probably right. So I dug into those books, and I read until I couldn't read anymore. Instead of scrolling on my Facebook or taking a lunch break, I was reading. I said, I am going to do this. I know I'm going to be successful at anything I do because I do have the bulldog tenacity. I knew it, and I just knew it. But I was like, I got to trust people now. That sucks, So I went to a meeting or a local, and Shane Kringle was there. If any of y'all don't know him, you should. And I remember him saying you need to do a self-assessment of where you're at. And woo, cricket. When I did that, I was like, now I'm really a big bucket of suck. I was like, I know so I buried my head for another 4 weeks. I didn't want to talk to nobody. And I said, I don't know if I can change that much. And then one day I just woke up and I said, you know what? We're going to have to go back to the Brandy story. If she can do this, I can do this. So I started reading, and literally it changed my life. It really changed my life. Shane, I remember him saying, you're going to be like the 5 people you hang around. And I'm like, I don't have 5 friends. I have like 3. And, I'm like, that was very difficult. If you don't have your friends that are raising you up and telling you how awesome you are every day, you don't need them. I found that out the very hard way. You can have friends that aren't in the business as long as they tell you how awesome you are. It's cool. And it took me a long time to learn that. But looking back, now, I see what that did for me. My team picked up. When I was first partnering people, thank God I lost half of them because I was just partnering anybody that would work. I really was. And so my next person that I'm partnered is Wendy, and she's here today that started my whole right side again. And I love what it does. I think the world of her, and that's why I partnered her. So I'd say please be careful of who you're partnering partnering and who you look up to, because you know it can make you or break you. And I really, really believe that with all my heart. And I've met so many incredible people after I let those walls down into my life. And I look at my kids and I start crying. It's been amazing, amazing. And, you know, listening to, if you haven't listened to every one of David and Stacy, I was like the biggest stalker. I listened to all the videos. I thought I knew them before I even knew them. And they're just so smart. I don't know how you can get that smart. Even after all the books, I don't know how you can get that smart. But that's my story, and now I'm loving every minute of what I do. I have some incredible friends. I volunteer my time now instead of somebody paying me for what I was doing. I still love helping, but I was not okay with that. But I just want to point out the same friends, you know, that I had to leave behind were the same ones when I quit my job. May will be a year that I quit my job. The same ones that were going, "You're nuts." And I said, well, we're going to have to think about this for a minute, because everybody has a different definition of nuts. That could be car parts, that could be squirrel food, it could be body parts, it could be anything. But to me, nuts is going to the same job that you hate until you're 60 years old and spending 90 hours a week there and not getting to see your family. Which is why it's the same people I don't talk to anymore. So, with that being said, I love this amazing opportunity. It's amazing. It's so much more than money for me. Sure, I like to make money, but to me, it's been so much self-growth